Crybaby Hollow. Crybaby Hollow, located on Cayo Road in Hartsville, Alabama, is very well known in its area. A baby is said to have died in the early 1800s, either by murder or a wagon accident on the bridge. In current day, motorists crossing this bridge claim that their car will shake over this small 12-foot wide bridge, and they will hear the sounds of a baby crying. A few brave souls who have investigated the bridge and its surrounding areas have also reported seeing the figure of a woman who is believed to be the mother of the child. Sally Carter's grave. The tale goes that young Sally was visiting her sister Mary at the Cedarhurst Mansion in Huntsville, Alabama. Soon after arriving, she became ill and passed away on November 28th, 1837, just a week before her 16th birthday. Sally had loved the estate, and it seems she chose to stick around past her death. Sightings of her go all the way back to the early 1900s, when a boy from Dothan, Alabama, age 17, slept outside Sally's bedroom. That stormy night, he had a dream that Sally visited him, asking him to prop up her tombstone. When he awoke the next morning, he explained the strange dream and told his family that he was going to go to Sally's grave. They laughed at him, of course, but when he arrived, her stone had indeed fallen over in the storm. This popular local legend ends with the boy going back to his hometown, never to return to Huntsville again. Previous to 1982, Sally's grave was in the family plot of the estate. She had so many visitors. There was a well-worn path from the road. She did unfortunately also have many teenagers vandalize her grave, which is why in December of 1982, Sally, her sister, and her sister's 3 children were relocated to an undisclosed location in the Maple Hill Cemetery. That is, her casket was relocated. Some claim that when her grave was excavated, the casket Sally was supposed to spend eternity in was empty. Hell's Gate, Oxford. Many years ago, a young couple lost their lives on this bridge. On a dark night, if you stop on the bridge and turn off all the lights, a member of the dead couple will get into the vehicle, leaving a wet spot on the seat. Supposedly, the water filters fast into the seat, leaving evidence of the presence of the couple that had lost control of their car and drowned in the water below many years ago. Some also claim that it says if you stop on the bridge and turn around, the road behind resembles the fiery gates of hell. Although now it is blocked with cement barriers, making it impossible for cars to drive onto, people still go to see if the legend is true. Huggin' Molly, Abbeville. Legend claims a phantom woman would appear to children, but only at night. She would squeeze them tightly, then scream in their ears. She never harmed them, other than perhaps causing some ringing in the ears. The figure was as tall as 7 feet, wearing dark clothing and a wide-brimmed hat. One version of the story claims Molly was the ghost of a woman who had lost an infant, who dealt with the tragedy by hugging local children. Another states Molly was a professor at the former Southeast Alabama Agriculture School, who was trying to keep students safe by keeping them off the streets at night. Although it seems to be a story made up to make sure children are home before dark, it is a frightening one nonetheless. The Vanishing of Orion Williamson, Selma. Orion Williamson was a farmer who lived with his wife and son on his farmhouse in Selma, Alabama. One sunny July afternoon in 1854, he was sitting on his front porch with his family. His neighbors were passing by. Orion stood up to move his grazing horses to the shade. He briefly stopped to pick up a small stick, which he absent-mindedly swished back and forth as he walked in the ankle-deep grass. Orion waved to his neighbors, took one step, and vanished into thin air. Hardly able to believe with their eyes, the Williamsons and Warrens ran to the spot Orion disappeared in and searched for any sign of him. They found none. Most of the grass in the spot was gone too. After hours of futile searching, Orion's shocked family and neighbors went for help. A search party of 300 men was formed, and they carefully and repeatedly combed every inch of that field. Later, bloodhounds joined the search. No signs of Orion materialized, even though the efforts continued well into the night. As news of the inexplainable vanishment spread, more volunteers and a team of geologists arrived. They dug up the field to see if the ground was in any way unstable or unusual. There was only solid rock a few feet below the surface. No holes, crevices, or cave-ins. Nothing that could explain this event. Reportedly, Mrs. Williamson and her son could hear Orion's voice calling for help for weeks afterwards, growing fainter and fainter. Each time they would rush out onto the field, only to find nothing. Gradually, Orion's voice faded into a mere whisper, then disappeared forever. After no amount of searching turned up anything, the judge declared Orion dead. The following spring, it was said, a circle of dead grass appeared to mark the spot of the unlucky farmer's disappearance. A German scientist, Maximilian Hearn, author of the book Disappearances and Theory Thereof, speculated that Orion walked into a spot of universal ether. He believed these places lasted a few seconds and could completely destroy all matter within them. Another scientist theorized a magnetic field had disintegrated Orion's atomic structure and sent him into another dimension. Years later, a traveling salesman named McHatton rewrote the Williamson disappearance. In his story, Orion's name became David Lang, and the place changed to Gallatin, and the date was moved to 1880. Even though the Lang story is fictional apart from basic facts, it has been presented as true in newspaper articles and books by authors who didn't do their homework. Consequently, it is better known than the real vanishment behind it. Ghouls, I hope you enjoyed this first video episode of 5 state urban legends. I want to make it longer, but to be honest, most urban legends are short. So I'll try to make them longer. I will do my best. But this is my first try, and I hope you liked it. If you don't, let me know. Maybe I'll do something else. Just let me know in the comments. That'll be your secret question word of the day thing. Is, do you think you'll like this series? Do you like it so far with this first episode? Give me some tips on how I can make it better. You know what I mean? Help me. This is my first time. I need some help. But yes, as always, ghouls, the last video will be on the top left. The next video will be on the bottom left. All my social medias are on the screen as well as in the description box below. And remember, there's always someone or something watching you.